Hello, I am here on a Friday evening to kind of address some issues that have been brought up publicly so that they can. So I didn't feel like it was appropriate to wait the weekend, but I also felt like having discussion within Facebook comments in my public capacity didn't seem super appropriate. So I wanted to make sure that I addressed the issue. Felt like video might be the best form because I know that written word can sometimes get misinterpreted or confused. Um, there's a Facebook post that has circulated that was questioning. A resident had asked a question, which she was more than within her ability to do. Um, and with that, that was an enforcement case that did take place. And the question was brought up within the comment section. Did the township do their due diligence? Did I follow the things that I said that I would do when running for office? And I just want to make sure that I clarify those things so that the public doesn't get an opinion without having some of those facts. So that case did come in. The resident did call me. I spoke with him on the phone. He was very upset. I went out and met with him in person per his request, and I did bring another individual with me. I went out and talked to the resident, got his questions. He showed me what the issue was, and I said I would come back with more information. If there was a way that he could appeal it, what that looked like, because I feel like people should have all the options. I went back, did just that. When I went out to talk to the resident the second time, I had met with him in person already once before and felt safe to do so. When I went out there, some remarks were made. And then when I told him I would be happy to speak about the issue, he got more upset. He started cussing at me. I was there alone. He continued to get more and more agitated and irritated. At one point, I just said to him, I don't feel like I'm going to get anywhere. I feel like you're very upset. I actually, at this point, do not feel safe anymore. I got into my vehicle and he continued to cuss at me through the window. At which point I told him that I was not going to be able to help anymore, that I had already tried twice to do what I could do, and that it was just going to have to go through the ordinance process like anybody else who has a ordinance enforcement case. Yes, the township did do its due diligence. It did go through the process, followed all the steps that we do with any other case. No, we are not actively going around seeking ordinance violations. I feel like that is a huge waste of township resources to go around and look for issues. However, people should feel like they have the ability to, if they see something that they are concerned about or are worried about the safety of others, that they have the ability to come in and say that they have a concern. And if they do have a concern, then yes, the township does do its due diligence to follow up on that concern. So no, we're not actively seeking it out. Yes, I did actively try to seek to help that situation. I do feel for people when they have all these things going on, which is why I said what I said when I ran for office. It is not something that we're trying to. Nobody likes to hear when something isn't the way that they want it to be. You know, it's human nature, I feel like, to feel that way. If you have a concern with something that is happening within the township, please do not hesitate to reach out to your local officials. We are not unapproachable. We would love to answer any questions we can. You are more than welcome to reach out to me. My direct line is 231-332-6700. If you don't feel comfortable reaching out to myself, our main line is 231-766-3043. My email is supervisor@daltontownship.org. I would be happy to answer a question. I don't feel like engaging in back and forth on Facebook is super wise, again, because things can be interpreted and misunderstood. But I did feel like it was important to get on here and just express that as the the staff of Dalton Township and the elected officials of Dalton Township are doing everything within their capacity to help. If you don't feel comfortable reaching out to us here at the office, you have a board of trustees that would be happy to hear any of your concerns. We haven't, the board really hasn't changed. We've had one person new on the board. And since the end of last term, yes, I am in a different role, but we have, the board is still very much the same and much the same in the opinions that were held in the last term. So I don't think that that is a concern with changes. However, if you do have a concern, again, please feel free to reach out to us, and we would be more than happy to answer any of those questions. I hope you have a wonderful evening. I hope you have a great weekend. I am going to turn the comment section off on this video when I post it, because again, I don't feel like it's smart for me to banter back and forth on Facebook where it can get misconstrued. But if you do have a concern, please feel free to reach out to us during our hours, or send an email after hours, and we would be happy to look at it when we're available and answer those questions. Have a great evening and have a wonderful weekend. Thank you.